Okay, we're back. So now let's execute that draw. I got my center position here. I'm going to play the ball a little more back. I'm going to get behind the ball. So notice my sternum is facing my club, so is the center of my pelvis, and it looks like I'm going to the corner of the range over there. I've closed the club face just a little bit to make sure that it's going to draw back, and then I'm going to send my effortless, ridiculously effortless momentum to the corner of that range. Here we go. Off it goes, right along the fence line, drawn right back, little bounce back to the left, and it's curling closely to that building. Okay, now I want to do the opposite. I want to hit that fade. So I have to play the ball forward to center now. So here's center. Play the ball a little forward to center. Now, this is really important. There's no pre-turn in a fade. Remember, we keep the sternum with the club head. Remember my tilted spiral part 3 video. So we keep the sternum with the club head. So now it looks like I'm a little open. And I'm going to open the club face just slightly. It feels like I'm going to the left of the building. So ridiculously effortless to the left of the building. Here we go. Starts a little left, fading beautifully back. Get in the hole. Perfect. A couple of feet from the hole. That was awesome. So you notice the difference in the way the club was coming across. So if I'm swinging back and through, right? More to the inside. There's the draw. Facing the ball more, or facing the club more when it's up close to the ball, so it feels like I'm much closer to the ball. That's going to encourage that nice across the ball feel, okay? Now, if you overdo the fade, that's when you're facing the golf ball. You're way ahead of it. So your head is still slightly behind the ball. So have a look here at the front view. So I play the ball forward, sternum to club. So you notice my head is still slightly behind the ball. So as I come through the golf ball, my head is still behind. But I feel like I'm brushing across. I'm coming around the arc, brushing across the ball, slightly open face to the arc, which will look closed or look square to the target line. So it looks square. It's actually open, right? Because at that point, forward to center, it starts to open up. So keep this in mind. Target line means nothing. It's the arc line that means everything, okay? So here are a couple of scenarios that are really important for this. So when you're playing the fade, it feels like your arm club motion, your arms are moving more away from the body. That gives you the feel of width. And when you're playing the draw, you're a little more turned behind the ball. It'll really help benefit the turn in your swing. So nice turn with nice width in the arms, and your golf swing is humming, okay? So that's really important. Now, situations where you will be required to hit a draw or fade is when you have extreme wind conditions and extreme crosswind conditions. So when you got a very strong crosswind and you feel the need to use the wind to bring it back to the green, and you got to aim off the green to bring it back toward the green, now you're really playing with fire. So it's much better to aim to the center of the green and fade or draw against the wind. So take at least 2 more clubs when hitting that fade, and at least 1 to 2 clubs when you're hitting that draw, depending on how strong the wind is. Because as let's say if I'm drawing against the wind and I'm holding it up against the wind's coming this way, the draw's going this way, it cancels each other out and it just rides the wind down to the flagstick. So it's going to rob you from distance, right? And you don't want to feel like you have to, swing all over it. You still have to feel like you're going to have a very effortless motion in the direction of that target. But it'll stay in the center of the green and it won't go off target. It won't go to the next fairway if you're riding that wind. Also keep in mind, let's say if I have a very strong wind from right to left and I start it way right of the green, that has a draw flavor to it. So you tend to add a little draw to that. Then as the ball's turning back toward the green and it's being pushed by the wind, it's very difficult for the ball to stay on the green, okay? So keep that in mind. And apart from that, I hope that that answered a lot of your questions as far as working the golf ball, right? So keep an eye out for Weak Grip is Strong Grip. That video is the grip club relationship. Once you have a solid grip club relationship where if you play the ball center and get slightly behind the ball and you swing effortlessly to a target, the ball should fly relatively straight, maybe a half-yard draw at the most. That means you've got the right grip club relationship, okay? And then from there, use the arc system in order to shape your shots and really have a good time with it, all right? We'll see you in the next video.